everyone, peace and blessings. This is a timeless reading, and I am channeling a message from the Spirit Guide Jesus, Yeshua. I am filming this on Easter. Of course, this is timeless, but yesterday in my meditation, I asked Spirit, what exactly do the collective need in order to really attract the abundance that they want, the joy that they want, the love that they want, romantically as well? And I was told that forgiveness is a very big element in it. You cannot have what you want in this life if you do not get into a state of forgiveness, of letting things go. And in that meditation, Yeshua came forward, or who we call Jesus, and Yeshua is a melanated person, y'all. I'm not even gonna get into all that, but I'm saying that to say that the story of who Jesus is in the traditions and cultures that have taken over the world is very different from who Yeshua is. Yeshua was a person with a purpose, and it was about activating our own spiritual DNA, our own Christ energy. Christ consciousness is the consciousness of unconditional love, and then the Abrahamic belief system took it and twisted it into its own route. I do consider Yeshua a spirit guide. I have seen him work for other people. I definitely have never really worked with him, and I'm a little resistant, but the message was from him, I need to forgive. And in the meditation, he had me go to different people from the past, from past experiences, friends who I still had like negative energy with, because what I was shown by Spirit is that when we're still holding on to how somebody wronged us in the past, when we haven't forgotten about it, when we talk about these people in negative ways, or we think about them and we're brooding, we still have a thread with them on a spiritual etheric realm, meaning that we're still sending each other negative energy, negative vibrations. And the reality is that certain people who, screw you over have their own issues, have their own pains. And when we think of narcissists, nobody is born to be a narcissist. It's that people start adopting narcissistic tendencies because they have been hurt in the past. They have been traumatized in childhood or whatever experience it was. And they think that, screwing people over and taking advantage of good people is control. And really, when you look at that, right, that's a sad existence. That's a sad reality. And the people who try to control us most are the ones who need connection the most. They just have a very disembodied perspective. So I extend this message to y'all because if you get into the spirit of forgiveness, I'm telling you, you are going to ascend and level up. This is when blessings really do come in, when we no longer have resentment, because we can't open a new doorway if we still have past pains. And when we think about attracting abundance and wealth and all that, it is connected to the heart chakra. And you can't be focusing on what you desire. You can't be calling it in if at the same time you're still having threads of resentment and hurt with other people. This doesn't mean that you have to be close to these people. In my meditation, I had to go in the astral plane and talk to each and every person who I had issues with in the past, who I still had some resentment with in the past, who didn't do good things to me. And I had to realize I don't want to hold on to anger to you, because in a way I'm energetically sending you punishments for how you treated me, and I have to move forward in my life. And I realized that even just, wishing people bad, or it's not even that, it's just like seeing the person as the villain, that still keeps us tied to them. And you have to see things from the higher perspective, the higher plane, the higher angle. What Spirit called as a ritual to do is to light a white 7-day candle, put some rosemary and some sage in there, sage herb, like dried sage if you can, or rosemary. You can also do rosemary and lavender, and call upon forgiveness, call upon release, call upon any cords and threads from the past to be released, to let go of. And that is when you have a real resurrection in your life. That is when you have a real new chapter in your life. But if you're still holding on to past pains, then you will be in a position of purgatory, y'all. I'm going to pull any cards here that Spirit wants me to say, or Yeshua wants me to say, but I'm just sharing the message that I got, really. And I hope that this empowers you. I hope that this shows you that there's more out there than the past, that we don't have to hold on to any past resentments or pains. The first card that we have is the Ace of Wands. This is about new initiation. This is about new manifestation, new potential. A lot of people try to break down your confidence. And at the end of the day, you know what? Your confidence isn't broken. You're still here. You're still abundant. You're still well. You're still harboring the beautiful energy that you're supposed to have in this life. You're still being the free spirit that you're supposed to be. And nobody ever takes your power away. If you feel like somebody has, then what you can do is do an energy recall where you call all your energy back, excuse me, in a state of meditation. And when you do that, you realize that my energy is always mine. Even when I feel drained, even when I was in a relationship that may have been vampiric, and energy vampires are real, the ones who are really knowing of it and the ones who are not. But you can always call your energy back, y'all. The next card that we have is the Three of Pentacles. This deals with new work, new opportunities. You don't attract new opportunities by being resentful of the past. You attract new opportunities by accepting life for what it is. This is also about learning to love our circumstances for where they are now, learning to see the beauty in our circumstances, the miracles in our circumstances. If you're in a position where, let's say, like, so something is not filling in, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's home, maybe it's the right job, whatever it is, it's almost like, but what is working? But you know what is working? The beauty of your relationship with yourself. Yeshua's saying you still have yourself, you still have your independence, you still have your autonomy of self. And some people get that beat down in this life and you didn't. So celebrate that. Celebrate the fact that no matter how people have tried to limit your self-expression, they never were able to. And the reality is that the masses do surrender their self-expression, their creativity, their uniqueness, and you didn't. The last card that we have is Temperance. This really talks about just balance, you know? It's okay to still have anger and resentment. This isn't saying that because you have that, you're a bad person or that you're not going to excel in life, but it's the understanding that, hey, let's do something with this energy. Let's move this out. Let's release this. Let's push this forward elsewhere. All right, I'm gonna throw out one more card because I feel called to by spirit, but I hope this message is resonating. If it is, let me know in the comments below. And let me know what other kind of videos you want me to show out here, okay? I love doing what I do. The last card that we have is the Nine of Cups. This is about fulfillment, about joy, about pleasure. And this is the story of self. This is a journey of self. The things that were obstacles in our lives will then later look like victories based on how much we have grown and how much we have healed. You are not your past. You are not your present either. You are the thread of changes and transformations that you have made in this life. So don't see yourself as a fixed point in this life. See yourself as a long thread and think of your life as the story of I started here and look at where I am now. And look at where I am going. It is the movements that matter, not the current circumstances. The current circumstances are always fated to change. All right, that was my message from you. My name is AstroPapi. Thank you for tuning in. If you want a private reading or you want to follow me on social media, Instagram, all that, how to do so is on the about below. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great. And I'm filming this in Easter, so happy Resurrection Day. This is the energy of resurrection. You know, there were other holidays before Easter, or Easter meant something else in a lot of pagan holidays. This was about resurrection. This was about looking at spring and looking at things and energies grow. And we can also consider it the story of the sacrifice that Yeshua made and that people make, like all these different mavericks, right? Who are calling in change, that are calling us to be in our spiritual powers, yo. Because Yeshua said it. It's like, you know, we all have divine potential. When there is like two of us, God is there. And that means that we have God DNA. But they obviously twisted the stories. We got to decode it ourselves. All right? Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great.